Looking back over to Europe, notwithstanding the success of this morning's transaction or today's with the Canadians, the investors intended, however, to discriminate somewhat against Anglo-Saxon covered bonds. I use that term advisedly, but Anglo-Saxon, thinking of my fellow British, including the Scots, of course, the Canadians, of course, the US, of course. And why in particular has there been concern over the Anglo-Saxon structures? And one concern I think we'll be talking about when Sheila takes this podium after me concerns over the ambiguous regulatory treatment of the US, the contrast between how the product is viewed here compared with the extensive legal and governmental support that the product is given across most of Europe, including now in the British Isles. There are, of course, fears in the underlying mortgage markets, which we cannot deny, which go to the root of the dislocation we've had this summer. There are concerns, particularly in the UK, over the liquidity of the issuing banks. Let me just turn quickly back to the US debate. In early September, a number of bankers and lawyers, people here today, including myself, met with the FDIC in an effort to address at least one of those points about the mistrust in Europe, if that's the right word. And a number of people, I hope, will discuss this as the day goes on. But at least what that meeting did, though I'm not expecting any resolution either today or necessarily in the immediate future for some of the issues that were raised there, but at least it set in motion a dialogue and a debate, part of the continuation of which will be taking place in this room today. We are delighted, of course, to have Sheila Bair with us and Michael Grimminger, one of the policy advisors who's been an active participant in that debate across the industry. I'd also like to highlight that in Europe the work of the ECBC, the European Covered Bond Council, in response to the drying up of secondary market liquidity in the 1.8 trillion euro market that the covered bond represents. It created the rather prosaically titled 8-to-8 group. Sounds like an after-dinner chocolate. The 8-to-8 group is, various members of that are here today. That group, the work is to bring together, create a forum for discussion between issuers and the secondary market side of the market to discuss trading matters, market-based interventions and the like, of changing external circumstances. I think you'll be certainly hearing from Francois Kaufmann at Euro Hypo, Julia Hoggett, DEFRA and others who have been actively participating there, in an attempt to identify some of the weak spots and resolve some of the difficulties which have arisen over the summer, and I hope will be actively discussed here also. The ECBC itself is, of course, represented by Louis Hagen, who is also the chief executive of the BDP in Berlin, who is the founder chairman of the ECBC and our vice chairman, and we look forward to his views on this global debate. I'd also like to say, as a final point of the ECBC, it is an organisation established by issuers in cooperation with investment banks to promote the asset class and respond to investor inquiries. Although it understandably carries the title European, I would like here to draw everyone's attention to the fact that there was a resolution at the recent plenary session in Berlin which called for membership to be extended to non-European issuers. So that means the US banks, the Canadian banks, and we all look forward to them joining, and we hope they don't mind joining an organisation which is called itself the European Covered Bond Council. But I think it's important, formally I think we would like to remind them that the purpose is to look after the interests of the industry, and that industry is a transatlantic industry, no longer simply a European one. Just a few matters. I will be chairing some of this. I will also be keeping an eye on the clock because I know that these things have a habit of dragging on. We've got quite a tight schedule. I would like to draw attention to the research and the publications outside. The BDP has provided a fact book, which for people who haven't seen it is a good source of comprehensive data and information on the plan brief, for instance, and covered bonds. ECBC also publishes some very valuable documents, and there are other research, including from my own organisation, available outside at the back.